like when we got to the United States, like I feel like my brain exploded for some reason, because like it's not like I didn't know anything back when I was in Ghana, but like when I came to the United States, I was open to a lot more options, and like in Ghana, like everybody's Christian, and then like they're also the Muslims, but you're always surrounded by Christians. And here, there's so much more. And I was like, well, what about this? Like God doesn't want me anymore, so like why don't I try something else? And like it got to like about a year ago, I got the opportunity to go to a conference. It was a Gabriel West conference, and I remember there was a normal conference. I'd been to like many other like Christian conferences before, so I was like used to it. Like we sang songs, the band was really good. The speaker spoke, and it got to the end of the conference. It was a 2-day conference, and so at the end of like the first day, the speaker, it got to the end, and he started talking about salvation. And as he talked, like this happens all the time, and so like I was like used to it. I was like, oh yeah, and I always felt happy for those who got saved, but I like didn't know like what it actually felt like, and I realized at that very moment. And as he continued to speak, I just started getting this weird feeling for some reason. It was like for a second I was like, oh, you're just dizzy, you're fine, like it doesn't really matter. But then as it went along, like it got closer and closer. He asked us to stand up and close our eyes, and he was giving us like time. If you're ready to give your life to Christ, come forward. And in that moment, it was just weird. It became less of a dizzy feeling to more of a pulling, and like I was like, oh, it's nothing. And like it got closer and closer. And before he asked us to do all that, he told us that when you're saved in Christ, it's not like you're just like you choose to be saved. It's Jesus calling you to him. And like in that moment, like at the very last seconds, I felt that, and I opened my eyes, and like for some reason it felt relief. Like for some reason it was like a really weird feeling. And so I went up to the front, and then I was hit with like this certain happiness. Having your whole life with him. It's not like following him, like following rules, but having a personal, intimate relationship where you can kind of communicate with him and help make decisions about your life that's fitting to like his rules and his laws, because he knows what's right for you. It's not rules, it's a relationship. It's a good relationship. It's a nice one. I feel like now I'm more humble for some reason, and more able to understand what's going around me, and like now I'm able to I'm able to make decisions and feel comfortable with my decisions, because I know Jesus is right beside me. Like I can trust in him, and I know that if I make a decision and I ask him about that decision, it's gonna be good, because he's right behind me, and I trust that whatever is going on in my life is gonna be good. And so I feel more confident with a lot of things that I do. And it's not just like me. I feel like as a person I've just become more humble, and my life feels better. And like not just like me as a person, but like physically around me, I feel things have changed. And a lot of us in my family, like decisions are just easier to make now, and like you can see it in the way like our lives are growing and things are just getting better. Well, I want everyone to know that like now I am in Christ. It's no longer me just feeling confused and wary about where I stand. It's like now I'm in Christ. I just want everyone to know that, and like I just want to seal my faith in him. And it's just a proclamation of my faith, not just to myself, but to everybody around me and to my family members, wherever they are, and just being able to share it with this congregation that we have been in for like a year. It just feels like a way for me to express my faith in a way I've never been able to do before.
God, do you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that he lived a perfect life, that he died on the cross for your sins, and that he rose again on the third day?
Yes.
Then today, in front of God and in front of these people, in front of your family, do you commit today to follow Jesus for the rest of your life, whatever the cost?
Yes.
Then it's my joy as your pastor and as brother to baptize you, my sister, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.